What is up, traders? Welcome back to the channel. This video I kind of want to talk about my experience with these bars, with the Renko bars, and basically kind of like what I've learned so far, what I like about them, what I don't like about them, because there's a few things I don't like about them, and just general overall experience with these bars. And yeah, so I guess the first thing is I've been trading these bars for probably around going on 4th month, right? So I started trading these bars in January. I've been watching these bars way before that, since probably I want to say October, maybe November, and I had them on a second monitor, just kind of watching them. And so far, honestly speaking, I love them, and I think you hear me saying in every video that I really like these bars. And I passed 3 evaluations with these. I did lost the PA trading these, but not because of these bars, because of my dumbass mind. But that's a whole different video. But yes, I passed 3 evaluations, about to pass a 4th one with bull knocks. Like I said, I already have the 2 secured, and I'm gonna have I'm sorry, not the 4th one, 3rd one with bull knocks. The other one was Apex. Like I said, I'm about to trade away from passing that. But anyways, the whole point of this is, you know, kind of talk about the good and the bad, right? So let's talk about with good. So first thing is no doji and no inside bars, right? I hate inside bars. I always get caught in inside bars and I always lose. So for me, eliminating that problem and not have to worry about that is blessing. I guess a blessing, really, and I love it. Again, same thing, no dojis. And the way that this works is basically for the new bar to form, the price has to tick through this green line, basically, right? Again, my settings 448. You can play around how you want it, but this is what I've been using for since day one, basically. And again, like I said, I'm really liking it. Second thing is, or the third, whatever, is you get clean and crisp setups. There's no guesswork. There's very little guesswork, right? There is just, I mean, it's super clean, super clean. You got your second entry here, lower high after second entry. Something failed, second entry long, lower high, second entry, second entry, you know, triple test, second entry. So it's very, you get the point. It's very clean, crisp, right? There's no like, I don't know. Yes, maybe in the congestion here, you might not want to take the trade. That's fine. You just wait something better. Cool. There you go. There's your entry right here. Yeah, like I said, clean and crisp entries. You do get noise. You do get a little bit of congestion. Like I said, somewhere, what was it? Somewhere right here. Like something like this here, like here. Yes. You can eliminate that by making the settings higher. Excuse me. Making the settings higher. But I don't recommend that because you're increasing your risk. And speaking of risk, with these bars, I know for a fact that my risk is only 3.25 points, meaning that I know the highest the bar will go is 3 points. 3 points. Yeah, and of course I give extra tick for my above below signal bar for my stop loss. So I know that for a fact my risk is predetermined. I can only lose 3.25 points. That's it. Versus, you know, your ES, sometimes you get 4 points, sometimes you get 2 points, sometimes you get, you know, 1.5, and sometimes you get here as well, like, you know, maybe like a 2 points, maybe 2.25. This one's 2 points, this one's 2.25. So, you know, it is what it is. But at any given moment, you know that for a fact that bar is only going to be 3 points maximum, right? Sometimes more, sometimes less, but no more than 3 points. And let's talk about the bad. So there's quite a few things that I don't like about them. First one, when the price moves, I've talked about this before. You got to be quick with your orders. Either do market order, either do sell order, whatever, sell ask, sell bid, buy bid, whatever you gotta do, but make sure that you are quick to react, because sometimes price moves. When it moves, it'll take off, and you want to look back. So you got to make sure that, hey, like, this is a trade that I want to take and I want to be in the trade for sure. You can use stop orders before, like I said. It's personal preference, honestly. I don't like using that, but again, to just don't play around, see how it is. On the flip side of that, right, sometimes when the price doesn't move, then it takes forever to form the bar, and you just sitting there just kind of staring at the basically a tick going up and down, because you don't have a countdown, right? You have no timer, and you're just staring at it. So it does get a little bit boring sometimes, but it's very rare, and it only does that when there's news, right? When there's news, price tends to slow down, momentum kind of stops, so to speak, or slows down, and volatility kind of comes down as well. And it's just normal, that's natural. It's any chart, doesn't really matter. But for the most part, it's super easy to trade, and it's just easy flowing. Maybe if you're a beginner, it might move a little bit faster than you think, because you do have to, at the beginning of your journey, or if you're a beginner to strategy, you need time to think about what's happening on a chart. But you know, obviously repetition and practice, you get better and better at doing this stuff, so it becomes kind of like a second nature type of thing. And the last one that's kind of negative that I think is, well, to me personally, I don't think it's actually negative. I think it's a positive, but you know, not a lot of people trade this. And the reason I say it's a positive, actually, I think it's positive, is because you've sort of found an edge, or I found an edge in the market that can give me consistent returns, consistent profits, right? Whereas, you know, 2000 tick chart, there's quite a few people who trade 2000 tick chart, or just tick charts in general. But I feel like I found kind of like sort of like a niche in the market, right? Using these bars and taking advantage of these bars, taking advantage of my edge, right? So again, to me, I think of it as a kind of like a pro instead of a con, right? What else? I think that's about it, really. And you can actually compare these two charts, and they kind of look the same, to be honest, the way that they move. There's some similarities within the price action, and this is just a copy and paste of what I have on my Renko chart onto the 2000 tick chart. So there's some similarities. You can clearly see that some entries kind of align with the like the key entry points and stuff like that. But to me, 2000 tick chart is just, I don't know, it's just kind of congested, to be honest. You know, Mag's been trading this tick chart since what, like 20 years ago. So I don't know if it's outdated, and I mean, I don't know, but again, he's already used to it. He's been doing it for 20 plus years, so he's already knows this chart inside out. To somebody who comes in new and looks at this chart, it might be a little bit overwhelmed. I don't know, but it just happened that you know, the word around community or whatever is that hasn't been a lot of setups lately. I don't know if it's true or not. Again, I haven't been trading tick charts since January, so I don't even know, but I just focus on this. And one thing I will say though is, if you're trying these, by the way, all that you see here is free. There's nothing paid here. Or Renko, you can get on the website. These reversal bars, the green and red bars, you can get it, I believe, on the Ninja Trader ecosystem. And of course, you have the view up and the 21 EMA. But one thing I will say is, if you try these bars, don't put, you know, tick charts and the Renko bars together, because I feel like when I did that once, I kind of got this confusion, right? They call it analysis paralysis, right? Where like you'll see a setup on a tick chart, but then you won't see it on the Renko, and then vice versa, and you don't know if you should take the trade or not. Like price action is price action. It's universal, and obviously I've been doing it, and it works. Again, doesn't really matter if you're using tick charts or Renko. It's price action. Price action is price action. It works the same way. So like I said, if you're doing this, just try to do this chart by itself for maybe a day or two. Okay, just give it a fair chance before you say no. And if it doesn't work, that's fine. No harm, no foul. It doesn't work. Doesn't have to work for everybody. It works for me. It might not work for you. Just like, you know, just like Max tick chart, it might work for you, but for me, I don't think it's working. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you still have to do your price chart reading, your chart reading, and drawing your resistance, support, your channels, and all that stuff. You still got to do that. Okay, it's part of the trading, it's part of the system. It doesn't mean that you get these bars and all of a sudden you'd be a great trader. No, you still got a chart, you still got to read the price, you still got to find out where it's doing, where it's going, and then go from there, right? And of course I combine this as well with a footprint chart, which probably going to be another video in itself. And that's really combining this with, you know, footprint and what I've learned from footprint so far. It's very powerful, absolutely powerful, and I love it. Again, the sad thing is I don't have the footprint anymore because I was in a free trial, and hopefully maybe end of this month I'll able to purchase it, because it is expensive. It's 450 bucks. But anyways, that's it from me. That's it for the video. Hope you enjoy this kind of content. If you have any questions, concerns, comment down below, or email me, whatever. And yeah, I mean, hopefully these bars work for you. If not, no harm, no foul. But I appreciate you watching this video, and catch you guys next one. Peace.